There's a version of you that never procrastinated, a version that made the call, started the business, did the work, kept the promise. He woke up early. He showed up when it was hard. He became what he always said he would. That man exists. He's real. And right now, he's watching you. He sees every excuse you make, every hour you waste, every time you choose comfort over the life you said you wanted. He's not judging you. He's waiting for you. The question is, how long are you going to make him wait? Most men carry two versions of themselves everywhere they go. The man they are, and the man they know they could be. The gap between those two men, that's where the pain lives. The restlessness, the quiet frustration that follows you into every room, the feeling that something is off, that you're running behind on something you can't quite name. Psychologists call this the ideal self-gap, the distance between who you are and who you believe you're capable of becoming. The wider that gap, the heavier the weight, and most men never close it, not because they can't, but because closing it requires something most men are no longer trained to do. It requires them to choose discomfort over comfort, consistently, repeatedly, without guarantee of reward. The men who quietly win understand something crucial. That gap never fully closes. The ideal self keeps rising as you rise, but the act of moving toward it, that's where a man's dignity lives. The man you could be is not a fantasy. He's a direction, and every day you either move toward him or further away. You cannot close what you refuse to see. Most men have a vague sense that they're not living up to their potential, but vague discomfort is easy to numb. With food, with screens, with busyness that feels like progress but produces nothing. The first move is brutal honesty, not self-hatred. That's not useful. Honest assessment. Sit down. No phone. No distractions. Ask yourself 3 questions. Where am I right now? Financially, physically, spiritually, mentally. Where do I know I should be? What am I doing or not doing that's keeping that gap wide? Write it down. Don't filter it. Don't soften it. The truth on paper is the beginning of everything. A man who cannot face his own reality cannot change it. Tomorrow is the most dangerous word in a man's vocabulary. Tomorrow I'll start. Tomorrow I'll make the call. Tomorrow I'll begin. Tomorrow never comes. It never has. It never will. The man you could be doesn't live in tomorrow. He was built today. In the small decisions, most men overlook because they seem too small to matter. The decision to get up when the alarm goes off instead of hitting snooze. The decision to do the work for 1 hour before checking your phone. The decision to keep the promise you made to yourself, even when no one is watching. These are not small decisions. They are the decisions that determine who you become. Every time you negotiate with tomorrow, you widen the gap. Every time you act today, you close it. The antidote is simple, not easy, but simple. Whatever you've been putting off, identify the smallest version of it. The first step, just the first step, and do it before you go to sleep tonight. The man you could be was never built in public. He wasn't built with announcements. He wasn't built with motivational posts or accountability groups or vision boards on the wall. He was built in private, in the quiet hours, in the moments nobody was watching. This is where most men fail. They confuse talking about the man they want to become with actually becoming him. They post, they plan, they declare, and the brain, satisfied with the social reward, never does the actual work. The men who quietly win keep their becoming private. They understand that silence protects the process, that every word you spend announcing what you're building is energy stolen from building it. Build in silence. Let the results speak. And when the temptation comes to tell someone what you're working on, ask yourself, am I sharing this to build something or to feel like I already have? Here's the hardest truth about becoming the man you could be. It takes longer than you think. It's harder than you want. And there are no shortcuts. The men who make it, the ones who actually close the gap, are not the most talented, not the most gifted, not the ones who started with the most. They're the ones who made peace with the process. They stopped waiting to feel ready. They stopped waiting for the perfect moment. They stopped treating the difficulty as a sign they were doing it wrong. They understood that the difficulty is the point. A man is not built by ease. He is built by the moments he chose to continue when every part of him wanted to stop. St. Paul wrote in his letter to the Romans, "We also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance character, and character hope." That is the process. Suffering, perseverance, character, hope. Not a shortcut, a forge. You are being forged right now, in your struggle, in your discomfort, in the gap between who you are and who you're becoming. Don't waste it. The man you could be is watching. He has been watching every day you chose comfort over growth, every promise you broke to yourself, every morning you hit snooze on the life you said you wanted. And he's still there, still waiting, still believing you'll close the gap. Get honest about where you are. Stop negotiating with tomorrow. Build in private. Make peace with the process. The man you could be is not out of reach. He's one decision away. Made today, not tomorrow. That's the signal. Everything else is noise.